Oh, I should probably say what we're doing here today.
So HP and Intel sent over one of their new all-in-one PCs.
And they challenged us to get our work done using this unit right here. I don't know what specification they sent. I'm kind of curious. Essentially, what we're gonna do is unbox this and then figure out if we can do all of our daily tasks, including Mo's daily tasks. I think everybody's gonna take a turn testing out the HP all-in-one PC. And it kind of unboxes like a TV, where you just pull the clips and then stand components and gray power cable, mouse included, subtle clicky. Ooh, strong metallic stand with monitor pivot by the looks of it. Intel vPro i7 and the remainder of the stand. Very minimal, very flat. This must be our keyboard. Just like HP's laptop products that we've looked at, you have the big font, which I'm a fan of. Quiet keyboard. Ooh, adjustable. I like the adjustability. This is quite a bit of height. Look at the height we can achieve here. Very low, very high. Integrated webcam, tilty, and shut off. See you later. Many different ports to take advantage of here, including first Type-C, then we have Type-A ×4. There's an Ethernet jack. The Type-C also functions as a display port. You've also got HDMI, a full-on dedicated display port. So lots of interfacing options. Power cable goes in here, no power brick. So power supply is built in to the all-in-one. So this EliteOne 870 G9 that I have in front of me is featuring an i7-13700 chip. It's got 16 gigs of DDR5, 512 gigs of SSD storage, and it has that 27-inch QHD display. The integrated camera is 5 megapixels. You have Wi-Fi 6E plus Bluetooth 5.3. It comes with a 3-year warranty, and it comes in around $1,649. However, if you only need a 24-inch, that one starts at around $1,500.
Okay, so this is the HP rig, the HP all-in-one rig. It's not much of a rig, it's just one thing. So I'm gonna be editing the intro sequence on this. Actually, I'm gonna edit the entire video on this. Before we start editing, Lou didn't mention, this has a Type-C and a Type-A port and a headphone jack on the side. I like editing off hard drives, and a quick and easy solution to that is having it right here. Without me reaching to the back of the PC, I can access everything I need right off to the side. You have your power button over here to the right, and then you have 4 extra buttons on the side that will give you access to your menu systems. Adjust your settings as you wish. Now, I will say what we're doing here is a bit overkill. Not a bit, it's really a lot overkill. Most people that are gonna be using this PC aren't going to be taxing it this aggressively. What we're editing here is a multicam with multiple different codecs. We have huge ProRes files taking up 200 gigs. We also have H.264 files coming off the Sony A1 cameras. Basically, the way I like to edit on a timeline is I like to just run through the entire clip, chopping out dead air, rearranging certain segments if I feel they need to be rearranged, and then painting over the multicam angles to hide some of those jump cuts. My experience on the timeline has been very smooth. There's no chopping, there's no stuttering, none that I've experienced. I'm not challenging this footage by adding a lot of effects or anything. It's not typically in our workflow. However, I did change the clip speed for the time lapse, and as you can see over here, it's pretty butter. This is smooth, right? Like that's butter right there. Oh, another thing I want to talk about is the stand. If you're sitting in front of a computer for hours on end, this stand is so ideal. You can adjust it exactly to what height level you need to be at so that you're not hunched over. And then also you have your tilt adjustments if you want to work high but actually want to like lay back. This is comfortable. There is one feature that kind of blew my mind. I have this annoying habit of pointing at the screen. I was showing Lou something, and while I was pointing at the screen, I realized this thing is touchscreen. Do you see this? It's legitimately really, really responsive. Like, even without the magnet tool, it's so responsive. It is following exactly what I want it to do. I don't know, the touchscreen seems like something that probably won't get used that much. It was that wow, that X factor for me. My monitor is touchscreen. Is your monitor touchscreen? Is your PC touchscreen? I didn't think so. I'm moving in and out of the timeline while having multicam, scrubbing through 3 different angles of footage, and I'm not seeing any lag. This is doing a really good job handling 4K footage. The export time was 4 minutes for a roughly 3-minute clip. For me, that doesn't matter because I'd rather have a smoother timeline experience, then have an export that's just super quick. Check that out. If you're collaborating with somebody, this type of, here, look at the screen, what do you think? And they can be like, hey, move this here. What? I mean, there we go. Okay, I'm being a little extra, but I'm so amazed with this touchscreen.
No. Yeah. No.
I feel like the bottom is very iconic. Could be a unique angle if it's like floor but tilted upwards, so it's just floating.
I don't know,
I don't mind the floating. It's just the hands give it texture, as you would say.
See, this is the problem. POV is more like, I don't know if you noticed, you got some zebras on there, bro.
We just took a couple thumbnails for this new Vision Pro Fake, and I'm gonna edit them on Photoshop. So I'm just gonna pick a few here that I think might work. I think this one. All right, this is the one I chose. I really like the screen real estate. I think it's really clean with the almost borderless edges. I mean, the color reproduction is something similar to other displays I've dealt with. You know, with the skin tones, I feel like it's more true to life. It makes envisioning what I would see on maybe other devices, other displays, more accurate. Photoshop, at least in the thumbnails that we do, is not really intensive, but I do edit on DaVinci as well. And DaVinci is also cross-platform. It's nice that this computer can access that. Okay, so I just finished the Photoshop thumbnail. Mo just told me that there is a touchscreen, and I would find it kind of useful if I were to, you know, instead of using Control Plus to zoom in, I can just like quickly zoom in on these details and just also pan. And also rotate. That's kind of cool. Yeah.
It reminds me of that Wayne's World part where they're like, look, we're in Delaware.
Hi, I'm in Delaware.
How fun to be in Delaware. So my name's Jack, and I do a lot of the business-related tasks at Unbox Therapy, which include a lot of emails, Zoom calls. I just want to show you some of the features I would benefit from personally. For example, I've got the video control settings opened up here, and you can see how I can change the layout of the frame. This is wide, this is now portrait. I can zoom in on tight. And then there's also a gallery view as well if I had multiple people on the call. And one of the features that I like is the auto frame. So if I am to move to a different part of the screen, it will automatically follow me. So if I kind of get carried away on a call and I'm moving around, I won't have to worry about not being captured. I can blur out my background so people don't know where I am. I could be in the great outdoors and no one would know any difference. So I've plugged in an additional webcam over here. It will sense where my eyes are looking and adjust to whichever camera that is. So if I click on auto camera and I then look at this side angle, you can see that it adjusts to this particular angle. And then if I look back at the HP one, it then goes back to this one. So I'm not having to change angles. It does it automatically depending on where I'm looking. Another feature that I really found interesting for myself especially is this automatic keystone. If I bring my whiteboard in, if I want to show off something on my fancy whiteboard, boom, it automatically adjusts to the whiteboard. You know, we can write some important notes here. Simple messaging there, get the point across. That's my motto. So it also has this AI-based noise reduction feature. It will recognize unwanted sounds like dogs barking or, you know, a baby crying and filter that out so it's not interfering with your voice call. Okay, and here we're gonna test out the noise cancellation. So I'm gonna have Mo doing something in the background where he's crinkling some, like a bag, which would be annoying for a voice call. And you could tell that it's cutting it out and just keeping in my audio so people can just concentrate on that. Nice.
Are you doing business right now?
Yeah.
Is this business?
Yeah.
Are you in a business mood, Will? I noticed the auto exposure is pretty cool. As soon as I start to take up more of the frame, you can see it's got the super exposed lighting. You can imagine if you're in front of a window or something like that, where sometimes that auto exposure is like going haywire. Now, you have to hop on a call here and there, don't you?
I do from time to time.
You've been known to hop on a call. Not as many calls as this guy right here.
No, executive over there.
Mr. Business over here.
Yeah.
Got the brown shirt and the black pants. It's all business.
Yeah.
Well, the nice thing about these speakers is it's firing right at me. So it's not like bouncing off the desk or needing to bounce off the wall. You sound very present and central. Yeah, this webcam looks great, honestly. I mean, when it comes to sort of the fundamentals, like the day-to-day activities of the typical like work day, those tasks are well taken care of with this setup in a package that is just so tiny and sleek. Just everything is sort of where you need it to be. And if you had to deploy like a dozen of these things or 100 of these things, it's intuitive, and the individual's gonna sit down in front of it and immediately understand how to interact, how to get work done, and so on.
So there you have it. That's HP and Intel's EliteOne.
The latest all-in-one that we've experienced here at Unbox Therapy. Very streamlined package. What do you think, Will? Could we get some work done or what? Look at that, that's the thumbs up of approval right there.